Welcome to Dirty Ice Cream.
All right, welcome to the podcast. It's a Saturday afternoon here in the City of Champions. I'm with Boomy, Kelvin, and Anton. We have a very special guest tonight, this afternoon, because I've been asking him for like 3 months now, and he's so fucking busy. Well, I think he is, or maybe, it's just difficult to just book. But everybody knows this guy for some reason.
I really thought we will have him on Wednesday, but it's
We don't do Saturdays. Yeah, we don't do Saturdays, but we had to do a Saturday thing because of this guy.
I'm so honored, eh?
Yeah. but he's somebody who we like talking to all the time. He's a character. He's also very smart. Former cop in Britain. He owns a shop here. He's an expat. He's been here for at least 13 years.
Can I stop you for a moment?
Sure.
It's not in Britain.
It's in
It's
Italy?
in Malta.
Malta.
Was a police officer in Malta. I am British.
Yeah. You are British
But
citizen.
I wasn't a British police cop, no.
Right. So, yeah, Malta. Former cop is former cop. Doesn't matter where you come from or where you're side.
I guess so.
You have the senses of a cop, and that's it. He loves riding. He's a big bike guy. Hey, I did that like big bike guy.
Let me position myself.
He's married to a Filipina. He's been here for 13 years. He has a shop called Motorcycles Planet, who deals a lot of genuine, authentic Bell helmets and a lot of other gears. Also a really good rider. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince!
Thank you.
in the house, yo.
Everybody calls him Italiano, so...
Yeah, that's my adopted name here.
Yeah.
So I have another one which is not well.
I don't know if they are calling you a local guy, but the name is Italiano. I don't know if that will be a local.
Yeah, 13 years here. You're pretty much like a local, man.
Sometimes I start thinking like a local. I think, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming here. I appreciate your time, man. We appreciate your time.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I've been trying to come for a while,
Yeah.
as you know, and
He's actually been watching our episodes for a while, and he's giving me feedback. Yeah. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things. This guy, you can throw anything at him, and he'll know something about it. So it's not gonna be hard.
I'm a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Let's start with your life as an expat here. 13 years, and like, how has the Philippines been treating you so far? You can be totally honest, man.
I mean, that's a question which needs an answer of about an hour, I guess. But anyway, yeah. Well, arrived here 13 years ago, knowing already what the Philippines was all about. I'd been visiting about 7 or 8 years prior to that.
Okay.
So
On business or just on vacation?
Just vacation. I came here by mistake. I found out.
What?
What?
How do you come to the Philippines by mistake?
Well, do you call that accidentally in love?
No, it has nothing to do with Yeah, you see, typical Filipino maniakis, huh?
Yeah.
So anyway, no. It was vacation time back at home. I was in the police at the time, and me and a few of my colleagues, we wanted to go on holiday. It was going to be Thailand. Thailand was a big thing at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone going to Thailand.
Bangkok.
Bangkok. You have fun in Bangkok.
Right.
Sort of thing.
All the massage and
the elephants.
And the elephants.
Everything that Thailand has to offer.
All right, the elephants.
The elephants.
Yeah.
I was going there for the elephants.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
So there was actually a group of us of 20.
20.
Yeah, because it was all like vacation time from our squad. We said, okay, let's go to Thailand. So we went to the travel agent at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And oops, hiccup. Only 15 of you can go.
What?
So I was always the type, to be sort of like, everything doesn't really matter in them days. So I said, okay, well, we'll just go. Usually, we'll go to England or we go to Italy or we go somewhere around
Right.
Europe. And the travel agent says, "Listen, guys, why don't you go to the Philippines?" And I had to pause there for a minute. I says, "The Philippines," and this might sound strange, but P and P, Palestine. And I thought to myself, why should I go to Palestine area?
So you had no idea what the Philippines were?
No, I had no idea.
Oh shit.
So the other guy says, "Yeah, well, okay." He says, "It's the same as Thailand. It's
It's the same as Thailand.
Thailand.
Fucking
Yeah.
racist.
They don't have lady
What
boys.
the fuck?
But that was the travel agent. In the
Right,
Rice is
right.
rice.
at that time. So I mean, we had no idea.
Exactly.
And so he said, "Oh, well, okay then." He says, "They said there's an advantage there. They all speak English."
Oh yeah, well.
I said, "Okay." He says, "But on the other hand, the place looks the same.
Yeah.
The
Tropical,
the culture's the
yeah.
same and all that, which I found now today is not the same anyway." So we said, "Yeah, fine." So we booked this. The first thing I did the next day was go down to the library and look for something about the Philippines.
Right.
I had no idea. So I went into a bookstore, and I don't know if you've heard of them information holiday books, Lonely Planet.
Lonely Planet, yeah.
So I bought this Lonely Planet book of the Philippines,
Uh-huh.
and I started opening up these pages, and I said, "Shit, where the fuck am I going here?"
Yeah.
The pictures on there didn't show any civilization. There was no civilization on that book, and I wish I brought it along with me. So
Hey, what year was this, Vince? What year
this?
was
Hold on. This was something like '97, I think, or
How did he characterize this?
Well-
shit.
Well, the thing was, the photos the author put in that book were Ifugao tribe.
Zone 8
A lot of
shit?
it was no that they put there was only one picture of Ayala Mall
Oh shit.
in Cebu,
Yeah,
Cebu.
in Cebu.
which look I says, "Oh, they've got one good building at least. That's where I'm
Right,
going.
right.
That's where I'm going." But no. There was pictures of like the festival in Iloilo. What's that called? The
Sinulog.
Yeah, so they're all painted in black.
Yeah.
They look like Africans.
No, Ati-Atihan actually, yeah.
Yeah, right. They look like African
Right.
Zulu tribe.
Right.
And I says, "Oh shit, I think we've done this." Because I've seen pictures of Thailand and people went there and it's great.
Yeah.
And I says, "Oh, I think we, I think this guy has done us."
Yeah.
So
It's made you, yeah.
and I actually was trying. At that time, I was thinking of backing out.
You were.
But then the friend, "Oh, come on, let's just go for it." I mean, what can go wrong?
1997.
A lot of things can go wrong when you're going to a place you don't know, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's not yet the time of it's more fun in the Philippines.
Nah, that phrase didn't exist at that time.
Yeah.
That's not
97, yeah.
No. Well, imagine when I came here, the T-shirts you had for sale were like a footprint.
Right.
Welcome to Cebu.
Right, the footprint thing.
The footprint.
Right, right. I
Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember?
I do.
I don't know if they still do those anyway, but
I bet they don't.
there's a black T-shirt with this big white footprint on it.
Yeah.
That was your Filipino souvenir at the time.
Right.
Or a wooden carving of a carabao or
Right.
or a golden eagle or something. Was it Filipino eagle?
Philippine eagle, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we this is the amazing thing. As soon as we arrived at we came on Malaysian Airlines.
Mhm.
So through Italy, stopped at Rome, got another flight to Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur to Manila. So as the plane's coming in from abroad,
Right.
from whichever area it's coming in from, so the first impact of anything living after 6 hours of flight, 8 hours of flight
Right.
from Malaysia or whatever, is these little huts floating on the water, murky waters.
Yeah.
Not really, not really
It's in
welcoming,
the Laguna Bay.
Yeah, and I thought to myself, where's the buildings here? I can see land already, but I can't see any buildings. I
Right.
can only see this.
You landed in Manila though.
Yeah, but when
Yeah.
you come in from Malaysia, from whatever angle they
Yeah.
came in,
It's the Laguna
it
Bay.
looked like you're coming into somewhere like, our hotel is going to be floating on the water, basically.
That was the impression.
Well, that was the
im-
impression. I says, okay, so now probably when we land, all the Indians will come with their spears
and their shields.
you know.
Yeah.
Hey, but this is, remember, this is the ignorance of someone who's never been to the Philippines.
Obviously, yeah.
You know, in them days.
Yeah, yeah.
Never heard of the Philippines. Because really, the tourism you had in them days were mostly like, I think the people who were mostly familiar with the Philippines were Dutch, Germans, and Americans.
People that have been here to conquer us.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
The
yeah.
Dutch,
Yeah.
the Germans.
But
well.
mind you, you talk to Spanish people. Some of them don't really know much about the Philippines either.
They don't?
No, they don't. No,
Yeah.
no.
They're the ones who...
Well, they're the ones that conquered the place. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, conquered. I mean, what was there to conquer? No offense, there wasn't anything.
Well, it was
there,
a
wa- there
strategic
was no, there was
location.
no opposition.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's
come
your
on,
point. Yeah.
I mean, you have to understand that
there was a weak army is what you mean. There
wasn't a weak army. I mean, they didn't have to fight anybody. No one, unless. And then one day we had Lapu-Lapu who decided to be a hero.
Right. Who decided to be a hero.
Well, think about it. It was like General Custer's last stand. Like 100 guys against 2,000 guys. I mean, there's no opposition really.
right.
So the Spanish were not prepared to fight. In reality, I mean,
and they weren't
I
fighters.
mean, think about
the
it
people that
carefully.
came here weren't fighters.
No,
they were real soldiers.
Well, I've read several books. You know me, and history and all that.
Yeah.
It's one of my pastime. I love. I'm googling and I'm looking at Filipino history, Mexican history, trying to get more about Filipino history. You go to Spanish history. You go to Mexican history.
yeah,
yeah.
I think you're the guy who told me that you're more Mexican than Spanish. Actually,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Well, you see all these names you have.
yeah, it's
Because
the names, right?
Garcia.
There are. For example, let me pick up one of the names. Santos.
Santos, yeah.
Santos is not really a strong Spanish name. It's more adapted. It's Spanish,
Yeah,
but you'll find it more common in Mexico.
right.
It's like Zamora.
Zamora, exactly.
You won't. It's very rare in Spain, but it's very popular.
What are common Spanish names?
uh,
last names?
Let me think. Roba is a very common one. Alessio.
Barrera.
What's a Spanish name in the Philippines? Spanish last name in the Philippines that you would recognize that is Spanish, not Mexican?
Rivera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's Spanish.
Well, it's Italian Spanish.
It's also
It's-
Italian.
It's a Mediterranean. It's a Central Mediterranean or Western Central Mediterranean, very popular surname.
I see.
You can go into Italian football teams and you'll find that there were some famous Rivera players,
Really?
and also on the Spanish side.
Mhm.
Rivera is probably one of the ones that come to mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then because it's you think that the people that came here from Spain, which were actually Portuguese, by the way,
Well, they
were funded by Spain, but Magellan was Portuguese.
It's very similar to Christopher Columbus. He was Italian, but he was funded by the Spanish.
right.
The
right.
Spanish were very
rich.
well. They liked exploration,
Yeah.
because for them that meant money. At the end of the day,
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, they were fanatics on the Catholic religion.
The Crusades.
Yeah, I mean the Spanish were the ones that I think probably the Italians were too, but the Spanish were really
The English were too,
very
yeah.
very concerned about pushing the Catholic religion. That's why you guys are in the majority,
Yeah.
in the very high majority.
Yeah.
You're Catholics, huh?
Yeah.
So you are actually not considered. You are a Catholic country.
Yeah, we are largest in Asia actually.
Yeah, well, there isn't really any strong Catholics in Asia, I guess.
Yeah, Singapore is like a mix of culture anyway. So
Well, you get Catholics everywhere, even in Indonesia, but they're a minority, of course.
yeah. But when you came to the Philippines the first time, after all the wrong first impressions, did it change eventually when you actually landed?
Yeah, well, you see, when we actually got to the airport and landed and came out the plane, I was relieved, I said, wow. Yeah, because as we were approaching the airport, then you started seeing, the not skyscrapers, but big buildings
Yeah.
and and I was a bit relieved. I said, "Oh, thank God," you know.
Okay. Civilized people.
Everything. Oh,
Not ancient.
it's not that bad, you know.
It's not Mayan
no,
civilization I'm going
No,
to.
this looks like.
Floating hotels.
No, this looks like New York.
Yeah. The fuck? New York in the 40s, though.
Yeah. One thing I have to say though is when I came out, you know, as soon as you walked out of the aircraft, there was this suffocating air, you know. Yeah, it was like, you know, coming from abroad and arriving to the Philippines for the first time and opening that plane door and walking on the first step, you know, was, you know, do I need some oxygen or?
Was it really?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was. I think it was March.
Which was summer, everybody's out.
Yeah, it was very hot. You know,
Yeah.
it was extremely
Very
hot.
humid, yeah.
Yeah, humid. But I mean, it never happened to me again. Actually, over
and
the
March
years.
is fall, where you're coming from, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, spring.
Yeah, spring.
Spring, yeah.
Spring. Well, winter actually.
Still is?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of at that time. Yeah, because it was like February, March. I can't really remember the exact dates, but yeah, the air was sort of like very suffocating. Huh? And then,
And what made you decide to come back?
well, we had fun because our base, because I don't know if you've heard of timeshare.
Yeah.
Timeshare apartments.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I had a friend who had a timeshare.
A lot of people own it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you own 2 weeks of an
Yeah.
apartment for 25 years or whatever. So a friend of mine had one of these, and he actually he gave it to us actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't need it. So they have a system where you can transfer your property to the Philippines. You know, it's a bit of a strange system.
It
So
is strange.
He gave us 2 weeks in Boracay.
Oh, you went to Boracay.
So
Okay.
we said, okay, in the meantime, where are we going to stay? So we chose Iloilo. So from Manila, we just got down, stayed the night,
Right.
took the first flight in the morning to Iloilo.
Iloilo.
Stayed in Iloilo for a week, then 2 weeks in Boracay, and back for another week in Iloilo.
Iloilo.
Yeah, that's how we spend the time. And, you know, I mean, I think the main thing that catches you when you're a tourist for the first time, if you come across people like Ilonggos, right?
Mhm.
I mean, they are very, very friendly people.
Yeah, they are.
We call it malambing.
Malambing.
Well, I mean, they're friendly people in the sense that my wife is Ilongga. She's not that friendly. You know. Sorry, Jan.
Touche.
Sorry, Jan. No, you know, they have a type of friendly way.
Yeah, I mean, generally they are, and
You know.
the way they speak,
And-
you know.
I find them to be. This is the good thing about the Philippines. You can, you know, you're in a country, and you feel like you're in 7 countries at the same time.
Because of
Because
the dialects.
the people from one place to the other are totally different.
Yeah,
And
it's-
you as friends might not see that yourselves
Yeah.
sometimes. But me as a foreigner,
you see
I
the
can
difference.
immediately see
Yeah.
the difference between someone from Cebu
Mhm.
and someone from Davao. The attitude
Yeah.
is totally different. You know.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense,
Yeah.
actually.
No.
And it's also very tribal. Cebuanos, Ilonggos, Ilocanos, they have
Yeah, but even in the same
geographic.
even in the same place, you get like in Cebu, like you say, you get people that are kind of like maybe they live on the outskirts or
Right.
they actually really come from some tribe,
Yeah,
and the city people are totally different again.
like suburbs and the city people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, here in Jensan, I really don't want to talk about it because it's no
Come on, man.
no offense.
Sokarak tribe.
No, because I found that Jensan, as far as I know, I've been to not everywhere in the Philippines. I still need to explore. I mean, I've been nowhere near Palawan yet. You know, I'd love to go.
It's a good place.
Yeah, and some parts in the north, but the Visayas, more or less, all of it, and Mindanao. Jensan has the biggest mix of cultures you could ever find anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, for example, you're in this place.
Okay. I'll help you on that.
Sure. Enlighten me.
I'll enlighten you.
Enlighten.
You know, you need it.
Coming from a foreigner enlightening me about my city. All right.
Well, yeah, because you know, this is the thing. When you live, you could come to Sicily.
Standing too close to the elephant. I get
Okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah. The elephant's back.
The elephant's back. Yeah. Do you know what the difference between an elephant and a post box is?
What?
I'm not trusting him with the letter. So I'm not sending you to the post office. No
yeah,
way.
yeah. A lot of education there.
So no. Besides the joking, apart from the jokes, you have in Cebu. What's the majority of the people there?
Cebuano.
Exactly. In Gensan, what's the majority of the people?
Not sure.
Exactly. There you go. It's so simple.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to teach you these things.
But I think the thing is like what are you talking about? Like, is it like the mix of tribes or is it like the culture?
No.
in general?
It's here. You don't have a culture. You don't have. Okay, it would be wrong to say you don't have a culture,
Yeah.
but you have so many, so you cannot agree.
Well,
on-
maybe
on
that
one-
is the culture.
Well, not really, because
You know,
you think about it. You're Tagalog.
I'm
Cebuano.
Yeah.
How about you?
He's Tagalog, man.
You don't know what you are. Okay.
I don't know. I'm confused if I'm a real tribal man or
You don't know your roots. You don't know your roots.
maybe I'm the missing link.
Could be also. That's why you got the long hair.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you? Chinese. Well, you see, I mean, we've already established.
Just in this room. Just in
this room,
Yeah.
where there's only 4 or 5.
And he's fucking Chinese.
You're Chinese.
Yeah.
Or from Chinese origin.
Chinese origin, yeah.
Well, you're not Chinese.
Because he's not sure because he's pirated.
Okay. Champ.
I get
Champ.
I get your point, man.
Champ.
I'm saying
You have so many unsure people here.
well, that's what makes the show interesting.
But there we are. We're in Gensan, you see.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Touche. But what I'm trying to go into is like, if there's this great like primordial mixture of people, then maybe that's the culture. The Philippines is made like that, you know. And to say that
I agree.
it's hard to tell what the Gensan culture is.
Okay. I'll
Is, I think,
I'll give you the benefit.
inaccurate.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that, but
Sure.
I beg to differ at the same time. And I would
We
tell-
agree to disagree.
we agree to disagree. I beg to differ. That's the American way. I've given
Beg
it
to
to you the
differ.
British way. You see.
Right.
It's like you know that British and American have different ways of saying things, of course.
Yeah, even in spelling.
So, no, what I was trying to say is like here, because of maybe like your history of General Santos, who brought people to settle down here, right?
Which is also very weird the way it happened.
Yeah.
Like
But
you-
but in reality, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then later on, I believe Marcos offered a lot of Visayan cultures to come here, like the Ilonggos in the time
Yeah.
of Marcos, and
Eh,
Cebuanos and,
and
so on.
Santos, I think, is Ilocano by.
Yeah. Well, he's from the north of.
Yeah, he's Ilocano. So
He's a Tagalog, eh?
right,
Tagalog.
right.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, let's face it. You do have the biggest mix of different tribes and cultures here.
Yeah. I guess I can agree to that.
You know, so you never meet one person who has the same character. You know, it's like you even the looks of the people
Are
are
different.
very vast here compared to, let's say, you go to Cebu. There's a typical look, you know.
Korean.
No. I would say very sort of like Cebuano. They have a particular look, you know. They a Filipino look, but they have
Yeah.
the same type. You know, they're
Yeah.
all mostly dark skinned, and you know,
How about the
the
Ilonggos?
features and whatever. You know,
They're usually light-skinned Ilonggos. I've
Ilonggos
noticed.
you find a lot that are not. Iloilo have some panay in the countrysides, I would say.
Yeah.
You get dark looking people,
Uh-huh.
but I would say they're more like they're probably
the
coming
city?
from the Ilonggo tribal type, because you'll notice that they are a bit darker, They have like wider nostrils.
Right.
You know, the features are a bit more. But when you come to the like Iloilo itself,
Yeah.
or Bacolod, even some of the other cities, you get a lot of white-looking.
Yeah,
White-
because I think
light
they're
skin.
mixed a lot with
Funny enough,
Chinese people.
Janet is from Bacolod,
So she's pure
and you can
Ilongga.
see that she's white.
Yeah,
You know, she's
she
very
is.
white, and a lot of people I know. Yeah, you're right. Ilonggos are
Yeah, I told you.
very light. Yeah,
Yeah.
light-looking, mostly.
Cebuanos are, yeah, I agree, are a little darker, but I think the darkest skinned tribe would be the Ilocanos. Yeah, I think so. Like,
I don't really.
it's like kind of
know-
a
I don't really-
stereotype.
I've never
Even
been-
Marcos was
I've never
dark
been
skinned.
there. I've never been there, so
Well, I mean, it's kind of a stereotype when you're Ilocano. It's kind of, yeah, and they're very what's the other term for thrifty?
Kuripot.
Yeah,
Money
a small thing I know about Ilocanos for sure, and this comes up from my researching on some history,
sure.
is they were the most loyal to the Spanish.
Are they?
Yes, because apparently, when you had your conflicts with, although some of the rebels were from there as well, of course.
Right.
What was your famous general again?
Who? Luna? General Luna?
The one who started before the Americans started stuff here.
Emilio Aguinaldo.
Ronaldo, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, a lot of the Spanish army were Filipino anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the most trusted Filipinos were in the Spanish army were Ilocanos.
Were they? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because remember, if you joined the Spanish army in them days, it's a privilege, right?
Of course.
You get better food
Right.
for your family and everything.
You don't get harassed that much.
You know, I mean, well, you're slightly privileged. You know,
Yeah.
you're dedicated to the crown of Spain.
Of course.
You know, so